Hello there everyone, welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. So we're back with the mildly redesigned Moonshot 10 command and basically complete. So let's go over the minor changes that have been made. Due to slight paranoia, I have added 4 more parachutes to the return module. And I've replaced the pod, the Mark 1-2 command pod, with a cupola because it's actually lighter by a bit and it's more energy efficient and it's more fuel and it's more, well, it's everything efficient. So I'm going to leave 60,000 life support on here. This one carries 81,000 and uses it at, I believe, twice the rate. So this is basically a third more than we had on the previous mission. So it also means that I cut off a couple of the solar panel modules. There should still be plenty of solar on here. I think that's all the major changes. My math says that this should do it. I should have done it before I made the modifications where I added the cupola module and made a few other tweaks. It's lighter than it was when we left off last episode overall, so we should be good. Yeah, so it's under 90 tons, so I'm using the 90-ton launcher. You may recall, I think this one's slightly overpowered for 90 tons, but it's still a good price. This is going to cost us 300,000, which is one minor problem. It means we're going to have to design a mission to Ike in the near future. Some of these, we're going to have to design a hardware test mission soon and clear out some of those money missions, because this mission isn't going to get us a penny. This is just getting us science and nothing more. So I see no reason why we shouldn't just head straight to the launch pad and get this beastie into orbit. Or, oh, hold on, there could be a problem depending on what this thing decides to do. Let's see what it decides to do with our Kerbal placement. This is kind of important, actually. If it puts 2 Kerbals on here, we're going to have to actually get out of here, revert, because one of the seats is in the lander, and the lander module will run out of life support, and that would be terrible. Let's see, I see 1 Kerbal, and Jebediah is in. Which one are you in? Come on, Jebediah, where are you? Okay. Yeah, transfer Jebediah Kerman. There we are, and he should now be in here. Yeah. Let's just replenish. Come on, you stupid... There we are, Mark 1 lander can. Life... Okay, we'll deal with that in orbit. Ship looks stable. Life support is good. Stabilization is on. Launching in 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Our first manned mission in many moons. And it is time for a return to the Mun. This time, hopefully, it will be successful because I actually did the bloody math. And didn't put landing legs in the way of the engines this time. Small details like that, you know. It's kind of cool. Sunrise launch. Very pretty. So, one thing I did not check before firing off this mission was what section of the Mun we've actually landed on before. So I'll have to check which sampling site we did on our first mission. Because we might as well return with a sample since we're doing all this other stuff too. It's going to be interesting to see how much we get for the Science Junior, actually. Oh, right. We're gonna... I know why it looks wrong. Hold on. Control from here. There we go. Let's control it from the part of the ship that's actually facing upwards instead of the part that's... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Whoa, 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 whoa. You see that? Okay. There's a problem. Yep. We've got a shimmy. Let's get back to the space vehicle assembly. We got a shimmy and a shake. That's a bad sign. And I know exactly why it's happening, of course. there are supposed to be struts anchoring these two stages together. Okay, start with those. And let's see, we want to make sure it doesn't get unstable later, so let's go with attachment there. And an attachment there. That looks pretty good. Let's just round it out with secondary attachments here and here to help stabilize it early on. That should be not a shimmy. Now let's go crew. Jebediah Kerman should just start in Cupola module, and we should be good to go. Don't need any action groups. Save, and round 2. Let's put this beast in orbit. And if my recollection is correct, it requires almost exactly the same amount of delta V to get to Minmus, which means that this ship should be able to do Minmus as well. So we might do 2 in a row as far as trips to other planets goes. Should be fun. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. 3, 2, 1, launch. There we are. Lock you onto the vertical. Hopefully this will work a little better this time. Excellent. All looks well with this world now. I don't see any shimmy going on this time. It's solid as a rock. But that's not surprising. There's nothing like a good solid launch to make things work beautifully. It feels like we're going up a little faster than we did last time, probably because we're not shimmying all over the bloody place, and because we're probably controlling it from the right location this time. Just a couple tweaks to make sure everything's all right. Okay. Looking good, looking good. We won't know for sure until we get to orbit, but I have a good feeling about this. Mr. Kerman. Solid fuel at 50%. Boosting is going nicely. No significant overheating. These are our mainsails, aren't they? Yes, they are. Good. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, if I recall correctly, this is the revised booster module, so there shouldn't be any issue, because these SRBs are very powerful when compared with the other hardware I've used. 5,000 and rising. Really hope I didn't forget anything staging-wise. Oh, it looks like we're okay. I did check this before. I actually checked this before launching, so... This middle stage, you know, we should really try and return this middle stage home. We got lots of time, thanks to the Cupola module. Okay, getting ready to eject the boosters. Whoa! Oh, they took out some fins, but it looks like we're otherwise A-okay. We're a little unstable. Oh crap, did it take out something else? What did it take out? What did we lose? I don't see anything lost. I think it was just that was a close call. It's weird, I don't remember them spinning like that, but maybe I placed those control things a little wrong. Oh, okay, well. Alright, that was almost a disaster. Yeah, we've completely lost control. I'm not sure how well getting back into control is going to go here. We're off course. Yeah, that was a disaster. Holy crap. Well, I guess we'll see if this thing is capable of recovering from something that bad. I don't know what happened there. Let's see, what engines were... This thing's gone completely psycho on us. Wow. I think it really didn't like what happened with those, with that launch. That was... Okay, okay, we've officially are going... Okay, this has officially turned into a gong show. What happened with those... Okay, they started spinning. Okay, so spin bad. We need it to not spin, we need it to go away from the ship. So we need to move these. Okay, there's the problem. Alright, I'll have to remember to reorganize these. What did I do? Oh, there's a... Alright, so we need to point it towards the center of mass like that. Alright, we need to mirror it like so. Good. Okay. Now then, let's get this rotated to face the center of mass a little more. And we're going to mirror them on both sides. I think. There we go. Alright, all facing away from the ship. I'm tempted to put a second one. You know what? Actually, if we're going to go with real careful removal, we actually should have this. We should actually do 4 of them. And that's exactly what we're going to do. That goes there, and then we mirror it. Had way too much trouble with things going wrong on these launches to tolerate this again. Okay, let's just rotate this until it's facing, definitely facing the ship. Gotta have it facing as close to the center of the rocket as possible. That should work a lot better. Except for the part where this is rotated the wrong way. That was a real disaster. Boy, having bits of the ship smash into other bits of the ship during launch is somehow a really bad thing. I wonder why. Okay, what? Alright, that's just because we got so many more of those on there. Round 3! Oh my gosh. Well, as far as interesting launches go, that certainly takes the cake. I will make a note that I'm going to try and bring the middle stage of this to the ground, but I'm going to do that off camera. You've seen me try that. I've got about 50-50 odds on it. It depends on how badly I screw up the reentry and the batteries. And I really didn't check to see which part of the ship Jeb was going to wind up in again. Did I? It seems to like to revert that. Something about the... Cupola, yeah, okay, it is in the cupola. Okay, stabilize, monitor. Yep, round 3, here we go. Those launch simulations went very poorly. Let's hope that this one works out the way it's supposed to. By the way, off camera a while ago, I did some experiments with in-atmosphere time warp on launch. Holy smokes, does that ever work badly? The ship just flew to pieces. It was beautiful. It kind of reminded me of Kerbal Space Program, early versions where the ships would just fly apart. You know, before you had struts and stuff. It's just hysterical. Oh dear. Good times. Well, let's hope that we don't take out part of the bloody ship this time. That would be really nice. I honestly can't believe how badly that came apart. It's kind of interesting just how poorly that went. Hold on, are we... Oh, hold on. Look at this. I think what we're going to do is we're going to change our control. Yeah, okay, there's part of our problem. We were okay. I didn't notice this, but the cupola module is rotated. I had to rotate it just to make sure. I rotated it as part of the design process. I didn't want the solar, because of the way I was placing solar panels. And then it turned out I didn't need to put solar panels on there, but I never rotated it back. So now our controls should actually do what I want them to do, as opposed to something that's not right. We're also going to disable this big RCS tank here. I'd love to disable these little ones too. Hopefully I can do that before I have to start using the RCS. 3. Come on, 4. Nope, it didn't work. Come on. There we are. That should be all 4 of those off. Details, right? That's more like it. Whoa. Alright, you rotate back. That's just a little torque introduced by those those departing pieces. Alright, gravity turn time. Very gentle. Everything looks stable. But we're not taking leaving anything to chance. Not after what happened last time. Alright, 45 degrees, our target reached. Lots of fuel left in the main tanks for our final burn to orbit. Beautiful. It's interesting how our altitude and our... I think I understand this monitoring system now. It tells you what your... It's altitude only until you actually... No, you know what? No, never mind. Looks like this is working very well. As I said, it's probably a very overpowered ship, but if we can return this middle piece, we'll be in a lot better shape financially. Which is why we put an extra probe core on this thing. Alright, here we go. About to decouple and move to stage 3, or stage 2. Okay, RCS is on just in case of an emergency, but we should be A-okay. Everything looks good. We're just going to tip just a little here. We want to put ourselves sort of in the prograde marker here. Marginally more efficient for the launch. And for achieving that orbit. Looking good. Apoapsis is rising nicely. I don't want to tip over too much further because I actually want to hit that apoapsis into orbit, which we're shooting for about, I don't know, 75 maybe? Yeah, somewhere between 75 and 80. Okay, this is going really nicely. Just a little more tilt going on here. Still okay, though. I really feel like I need to watch how far I tip the ship over so that it doesn't... so that I don't wind up with one of those situations where I don't actually achieve orbit because I spent too much time burning horizontally. We've had that happen at least once here. But this is going nicely so far. We're still going up. And because of the way we're turning the ship, we're getting some push into the prograde or into the periaps as well. Okay, we're actually we've got a space level orbit now, so we're just gonna burn right on prograde this time. A little longer. And 76. There we are. Pretty sure I managed to shut off all 4 of these, which is good. How are we doing on this tank here? Still got some left. I really shouldn't be fighting with my my SAS, by the way. That's rarely a good plan. A little bit towards the horizon is usually the most efficient place to do our orbit burn. Alright. I'm going to do the burn at T-minus 30 seconds. I believe with the ship, this particular ship, that should be more than adequate. And we are now officially in orbit. T-minus 45 might even work. As long as my apoapsis isn't going up, we're fine. Which is why we're burning a little bit downwards. As soon as I see that apoapsis start changing, I'm going to kill the engines. Oop, did I see... small change, I think. Oh, there it goes. Just a small one, though. I don't mind a couple of ticks in, but I just need to make sure it doesn't get out of hand. Alright, that'll do. Alright, we're going to burn right on prograde this time. That should, with us being that close to apoapsis, should be perfect. Okay, looking good. Still not quite into an actual orbit yet. Go. Oh, we're in orbit, as evidenced by that context change. There we go. We've officially run out of RCS in that tank. So let's rotate our primary. We'll transfer a small amount of that RCS down to the main ship. There we go. That's actually probably good enough. RCS off. Stabilize the ship. Extend all panels. Let's see if they're actually got enough sun exposure to work. They probably do. Okay. If I put enough of them on, we shouldn't be using any power. And we won't be as soon as we decouple this secondary, this probe core here. So let's just get a small amount of RCS, maybe. Let's get about 30. Okay, that'll do. Okay, guys, that's it for this episode. In the next one, I'm going to, we're going to head her to the moon and hope for the best. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.